Ethan has traversed countless lifetimes, experiencing both the deepest suffering and the highest glory. After accumulating enough merit, he was reborn into the celestial realm, basking in divine radiance and eternal bliss. Yet that realm was not the final destination. As his accumulated virtue began to wane, he faced an undeniable truth: the collapse of paradise and the endless continuation of the cycle of rebirth. A dream, a faint memory of past lives, a warning echoing in his mind. Will Ethan finally discover the true path to liberation this time? Ethan opened his eyes. A gentle light from the boundless sky enveloped his body, soft as silk. Around him, radiant palaces shimmered like crystals, floating on golden clouds, accompanied by the ethereal melodies of celestial instruments playing in the wind. Other devas danced and sang in bliss, reveling in the immeasurable merits they had accumulated over countless lifetimes. He knew he had entered the heavenly realm, a place long yearned for by mortals. Here there was no sickness, no suffering, no burdens of the human world. Everything was perfect, pure, harmonious, and filled with joy. He felt an unparalleled peace, as if all the pain, all the regrets of his past life had dissolved into nothingness. Yet, deep within, something felt incomplete. At first he ignored it. How could there be anything missing in such a flawless existence? But as time passed, or perhaps in this realm time had lost all meaning, Ethan began to sense an emptiness creeping into his soul. He had everything a being could desire: absolute freedom, endless pleasure, breathtaking beauty. But he had no purpose, no longing, no struggle to overcome. Everything simply continued in a serene, unchanging flow. No challenges, no striving, no growth. Is this the final destination? He wondered, but no one had an answer. One day, as he meditated beneath a jade tree, a familiar voice echoed in his mind. The heavenly realm is but a resting place. When merit is exhausted, all things will change. He startled. These words, he had heard them before. But as a human he had never paid them any attention. Back then he had only thought about accumulating enough merit to escape suffering, to be reborn into a better world. And now he had achieved that. But at this moment, a profound realization struck him. This realm was not liberation. It was merely another station within the cycle of samsara. He looked around. The other devas were still celebrating, still immersed in bliss. Yet, now he saw them differently. They were just like him, drifting through an extended dream, unaware that even this dream would one day shatter. He lowered his gaze to his hands. The light upon his skin was still radiant, but somewhere within it, a faint shadow flickered. Was this the first sign of something to come? Ethan closed his eyes. A foreboding feeling stirred within him. When his merits were spent, this dream would end, and he would once again be drawn into the endless cycle of rebirth. And now he finally understood. The heavenly realm was merely a temporary illusion, and the path to true liberation still lay ahead. Shadows of the past flickered through Ethan's mind like fragments of an unfinished dream. He couldn't recall them clearly, yet each scene carried a weight, an emotion, a lingering lesson that shaped the soul he had become. A battlefield soaked in blood. He was a warrior. Fierce and unyielding, his blade cutting through countless foes. He had believed strength was the only truth, that survival was the only purpose. But as he lay dying among the fallen, he realized the futility of endless conflict. A dimly lit marketplace. He was a merchant. Cunning and ambitious, accumulating wealth at the cost of others. He had cheated, manipulated, and risen to great heights. Yet, in his final moments, surrounded by gold but no loved ones, he grasped the emptiness of material pursuits. A dense forest. He was a hermit. Withdrawing from the world in search of enlightenment. He had meditated, seeking truth in solitude. But as years passed, he came to understand that wisdom meant little if it was not shared, if it did not touch the lives of others. The images swirled, shifting between faces and places, emotions and regrets. Each life had taught him something. Each suffering had refined his soul. Now, standing in the heavenly realm, those memories felt distant yet ever present, whispering to him that his journey was far from over. Ethan sat in deep contemplation by the crystal-clear lake of the heavenly realm, where the golden light draped over everything like a delicate silk veil. Since arriving in this realm, he had enjoyed countless blessings, endless joy, serenity without worries, and a happiness that seemed boundless. Yet, the more he indulged in these pleasures, the more he sensed something was missing. There was no suffering in this realm, no struggles, but precisely because of that, it lacked the depth of human existence. There was no sorrow, no loss. Everything passed by as gently as a fleeting breeze. The celestial beings around him lived in eternal bliss, immersed in this divine existence without a care. But Ethan realized that without suffering, there was no true growth. Then he began noticing strange signs. The once radiant light around him was dimming. The majestic clouds turned pale. The ethereal music that once echoed from the heavens no longer stirred his heart. That was when he understood. His merits were depleting. An elder celestial being approached him, eyes filled with the wisdom of countless souls passing through this realm. He smiled gently, his voice as soothing as a cool breeze. Ethan, you feel the light fading, don't you? That is the natural order. Nothing lasts forever, not even the joys of this realm. Ethan nodded softly, a quiet sorrow rising within him. He had once believed that reaching the heavenly realm was the highest reward. But now he understood. This realm was merely another stop in the endless cycle of samsara. When his merits were exhausted, he would have to leave. But tell me, what have you learned? The celestial being asked. Ethan remained silent. He gazed into the lake where his reflection shimmered. Vague memories from his past lives surfaced. The struggles, the pain, the lessons he had endured. If heaven was just a passing station, then where was the true destination? The light around him continued to fade. He knew his time here was ending. Yet this time he felt no fear, no regret. He had come to understand that enlightenment does not come from eternal enjoyment, but from seeing through the very nature of all things. Impermanence, karma, and the path beyond samsara. Closing his eyes, he embraced his departure from heaven with a calm and accepting heart. Once again he would return to the human realm, but this time with a wisdom deeper than ever before. The sound of temple bells echoed through the twilight, blending with the lingering scent of burning incense. Ethan, still a human at the time, knelt before an elderly monk, his eyes filled with longing. Back then he was a man driven by ambition, yet he had begun seeking enlightenment. He had performed many good deeds, hoping to accumulate merit and escape suffering in his next life, believing that he would be reborn in the heavenly realm. The old monk gazed at Ethan for a long time before finally speaking, his voice calm yet weighty, carrying the echoes of countless lifetimes. You seek the celestial realm, but are you prepared to leave it behind? Ethan was taken aback. Why would anyone want to leave a place of eternal joy? He chuckled, thinking the monk was merely testing his resolve. Master, isn't the celestial realm a place free from suffering? There, I will no longer experience birth, aging, sickness, and death as I do in the human world. The monk slowly shook his head, his eyes reflecting the wisdom of immeasurable time. Yes, you will find joy there, but it is only temporary. Like a beautiful dream, it will fade when you awaken. Do you know what is more frightening than suffering? Ethan remained silent. The monk closed his eyes for a moment before continuing. It is forgetfulness. In the heavenly realm, you will live for thousands of years in pleasure, and in doing so, you will forget the path to true liberation. When your merit is exhausted, you will no longer retain the clarity you have now. You will fall back into the cycle of rebirth, not even remembering why you are there. The monk's words unsettled Ethan, but he reassured himself that as long as he continued to do good and accumulate virtue, there was nothing to fear. He bowed respectfully to the monk and left, carrying with him an unwavering faith in his path. Years later, when his soul departed the human world, the light of his accumulated merits guided him to the celestial realm. The endless bliss he had once yearned for had now become his reality. He reveled in the grandeur of heaven, indulging in pleasures beyond mortal comprehension. And so time passed. The scenery remained breathtaking, the divine radiance still dazzling. But deep within, something had shifted. Sitting beside a tranquil lake, its waters reflecting the silver glow of the moon, Ethan suddenly recalled the monk's warning from long ago. Forgetfulness is more dangerous than suffering. Now he understood. But was it too late? Ethan sat by the shimmering silver lake, his eyes reflecting the drifting celestial lights. The heavenly realm remained as magnificent as ever, resplendent with wonders beyond mortal imagination. Yet, within him, an inexplicable emptiness was spreading. He had lived here for thousands of years, basking in the blessings of his past good karma. No more suffering, no more struggles, no more intense desires. But precisely because of that, he felt as if he was losing something essential, something deeply human. Then one day the radiant light of his being began to fade. The other celestial beings continued their joyful dances, their laughter echoing through the eternal gardens, but Ethan could feel the subtle yet undeniable weakening within himself. The glow on his skin dimmed. The ethereal wings upon his back grew heavier. The feasts of the divine lost their flavor, the heavenly music no longer stirred his heart as it once did. He understood. His merits were depleting. Memories of an old monk's words surfaced like a cruel reminder. Underscore, you will forget. You will indulge. And when the light of your merits fades, you will fall without even knowing why. Underscore. Now the prophecy had come true. A cold wind swept through, carrying an unfamiliar unease. For the first time in thousands of years, Ethan felt fear. He looked up at the sky, but it seemed farther away than ever. A streak of light cut across the heavens. A soul departing from the celestial realm, plummeting somewhere within the 6 realms of samsara. He knew that soon it would be his turn. One day, amidst the eternal splendor, Ethan saw something he had never seen before: darkness. A fragment of light within him flickered out, like a candle snuffed out by an unseen wind. The world that had always been bathed in radiant glory now seemed distant and blurred. An invisible force was pulling him away. He tried to hold on to what remained. But nothing could defy the law of karma. The celestial realm drifted, further and further. In the final moment before plunging into samsara, Ethan saw a fleeting vision: a woman cradling a newborn child under the dim glow of a lantern. He realized that this was where he was heading. The cycle of reincarnation had begun. No longer a celestial being, no longer a bearer of divine light. He was returning to the human realm. The celestial realm was not the final destination, nor was it true liberation. Ethan's journey through samsara was not about escaping suffering, but about understanding it. Merit alone could elevate one to the heavens, but without wisdom, it was only temporary. In the end, the cycle continued. He rose, he fell, just as all beings do. True liberation does not come from running away from the world, nor from clinging to fleeting pleasures. It comes from awakening within it. Perhaps in this new life Ethan would remember. Perhaps this time he would truly awaken.